Hello! Welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching Hinamatsuri Episode 2. So, last episode, we're introduced to the two main characters, Hina and Nita. Nita is apparently a member of the Yakuza. I'm not exactly sure what he does. He doesn't seem to do a whole lot, at least from what we see. Except for at one part of the episode, which I'll get to later. And Hina just kind of mysteriously appears in his house, his apartment, in this egg-shaped, like, container where only her face is visible. Shows up, lands on his head, and then hits the ground. And he's just looking at it like, what the heck is this thing? And what is going on? Where did it come from? So instead of going over and like checking it out and see what's going on, he just ignores it. I'm just gonna pretend this never happened, and goes to sleep. Then in the morning, he wakes up, he brushes his teeth, he I think makes his breakfast. And it's still there. So he's like, all right, I guess I have to do something about this. And she ends up telling him, to hit the button on the back of the egg. So he does, and it opens it up. And out she comes. She's not wearing any clothes. It's almost like a Terminator type of situation, which actually they make a joke about later. She is not telling him any information about where she came from, what is she doing there, or anything like that. She's basically just ordering him around. And he has to do it because she has like telekinetic powers and is able to, well, she could definitely kill somebody with like no effort if she wanted to. But instead of doing that, she was like smashing his vase collection and destroying things in his house until he would do what she wanted him to do. Which was basically she'd break one thing and he would freak out and then do what she wanted. Which, yeah, I would too. I don't know how long this goes for. Like this episode, like how many days pass. But, she stays, she's asking for like really expensive food and other items. But yeah, it's not she's still not giving him any information. She says she wants to go to school, so he sets her up to go to school, even giving her a last name, which I believe is Hinanita? Yeah. I think it's Hinanita or something like that. Or maybe his last, or maybe his other name, Hina Yoshifumi? No, Yoshifumi sounds like his first name. But I think it's Hinanita. So she gives a short introduction to herself, goes to her desk, and then just sleeps through the entire class. One of her classmates, I'm assuming we're going to see her more often, otherwise they wouldn't have had her make an appearance. Let's see if she's in here. Might have been Hitomi Mishima? She, like, wakes her up, cleans the drool off her face, and then was just thinking to herself, why do I feel like a caretaker? Which actually, Nita actually thought the same thing. Why do I feel like a caretaker? I guess something happens to their boss. I think he gets killed or shot, and they're blaming him for it. I think he was supposed to do something. So they have him take a gun and go to this place where the people who shot him are located, and they want him to wipe them out, basically. but the place is filled with these people, so it's basically a suicide mission. So Hina, she tells him, I could kill them for you if you want. Just tell me to do it, and I'll do it. And he gets out of the car and he says, nope, I'm not going to make you do that. This is my responsibility. I got to go in there and I got to handle this. So she gets out of the car and she goes into the building telling him, you've done so much for me. I don't mind doing this, so I'm going to go in and take care of it. She goes in. She doesn't kill any of them, but she does start throwing them out of windows. And comes carrying out, I guess, the boss. And then when they go back to their office where the guy who gave him the orders is located, he's like super impressed about what happened. And then he takes her out to go get something like to eat, something nice, because she did that for him. Cuts the credits. There was an after credit scene, which is where the Terminator joke comes in. He ends up getting trapped in the egg-shaped box that Hina arrived in, and she just leaves him, which I guess could be considered revenge for him leaving her there the entire night. But he's asking her to push the button on the back to get him out, and she just kind of goes to bed. And then he had to use the restroom and ends up peeing all over the inside of the egg. And then in the morning, she opens it up, and there is just like a yellow mist coming out of the egg because he just peed all over her. Oh, really? Then, that was the end of it. I am looking forward to this episode. The last episode was incredibly funny, so I cannot wait to see what kind of stuff they're going to get into this time. If you hear some noises, we're watching my cousin's dog, not Belle, her brother, her dog, his dog. So if you hear any noises in the background, it's just the dog. So anyway, let's get into this episode, because I am looking forward to it. Video is going to be located over here, and the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1...